Hi Danielle, just going to walk you through the steps on how to access Brightspace and what you need to access once you're in Brightspace. I'm not exactly sure where your struggle is, so I'm just going to start right from scratch, starting with logging in. So www.nscc.ca, the NSCC homepage. If you go there and you hover over the login little green lock right here, and the third one down is Brightspace, and that will take you to the login page. And in order to log into Brightspace, you use your W number and the same password that you use to log in for everything else at NSCC. Then you hit login. Now this is the course that you need to access. Arts 1076, Self-Development and Wellness, and it has my name attached to it. And people doing yoga, just look for that picture. It might not be on the top of your screen like it is for me. You might have to scroll down and look through your other courses. If you click on that, I'm just going to switch it to student view. So we'll be able to look at what you would see. So if you go to content, and just under table of contents here, so there's some modules. The first thing I'm going to get you to access is Wednesday's on-campus class material. And if you go in here, I have numerous videos that basically walks you through everything that we were doing in class this week. Your group ended up going with me instead of with Ardell because nobody was able to make it to campus that day. So anyway, I did my classes online with your group. So anyway, what we did, we just kind of went over how to use Microsoft Word, Microsoft Outlook, Microsoft PowerPoint, and there's just some resources on that. Also, I showed everybody how to change their password, so if that's something that you need to do. So if you want to click through all of this and watch the videos and stuff, make sure that you're familiar with all of these applications. The thing we did in the afternoon is Catfish. It's a movie. If you click on this, let me make sure that it works. Yeah, so it does work. It wasn't working the other day, so I just wanted to check that. So it's about an hour and a half long. And I just want you to watch it, and then I will follow up with you just for some discussion on why I wanted you to watch it. If you want to read a little overview on what it is, there is a description down here. And this is actually a true story. It's a documentary. And it's all about this gal who basically fooled this young fella on Facebook. And anyway, she had a very convincing story. So he was basically in a fake relationship with a lady who was much older. And anyway, it is a very interesting story. And the reason I want you guys to watch it is just to see how easily people can be fooled into the virtual world and, you know, thinking that things are actually reality when they're not. So anyway, it is different movie, but anyway, I show it to the class every year. So that's what we did that afternoon on Wednesday. So yeah, so if you want to, it's just open a new window here and you'll be able to access the Catfish movie. So just going back, nobody really posted in the discussion, so I wouldn't worry too much about doing that. The other thing that you missed in my classes social media networking. So module 1. So I went over a PowerPoint. Introduction to Social Media Networking, and we had some discussion in class. I kind of just went over this PowerPoint and just what social media is. I think most people already knew. And then we had some discussion after watching these two videos. The videos kind of have a negative feel to them as far as social media goes. And what I said to the class is social media can be, it can have some bad things, bad effects and stuff on people, but it can be a good thing too. So before you watch the movie, I just wanted to discuss that. It definitely has a lot of advantages. It's been great during the pandemic. It keeps people connected when they can't physically be connected and can't have face-to-face conversations. So it's not all bad, and I don't want anyone to think that. Like, I'm a really big user of social media, and I use technology for a lot of things, and in a lot of ways it's made my life a lot easier. So I don't want you to think that it's all bad. But these videos kind of show some of the negative impacts it might have on us, and it just kind of goes over the world today and how much we use social media. Anyway, you can take a look at those. You can click both links, and both videos are kind of similar. They're only about 2 minutes long each, so it's not a long watch. And then we kind of discussed why social media is good and why it's bad. It was a really good discussion. There's a lot of good things about it. It's great for people connecting with friends and family. A lot of people think it's easier to just keep in touch with people. It's great for online banking. It's for education right now where we can't be physically together, but it's serving the purpose for your education right now as well. So we had a really good discussion on that. And also we talked about why it's bad and some of the things that it's done to the world that isn't necessarily a good thing. So things like bullying, there's sexting that happens, and sometimes that's really not a good thing if it's inappropriate or unwanted. There's also a lot of scams that happen. So overall, the class really did bring up a lot of really good ideas, and we had a great discussion on that. So those are just some of the things that we talked about. I'm obviously not going to go that in depth with our discussion, but that was kind of the gist of things. And this last part here, so what I'd want you to do is if you just hit next after watching the PowerPoint, it'll take you to the social media discussion section. And what I'd like you to do is click on Start a New Thread. And if you see here, everybody answered these 4 questions, and you can read other people's posts if you want to. Everybody can access each other's posts. You can even comment if you wanted to. But what you need to do is start a new thread, enter a subject. So you can just call it social media or whatever, but you do have to enter a subject or it won't allow you to post it. And just answer these questions. So what types of social media do you use? Do you use Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, any of the things that you use? I'd like you to list it there. What do you normally post on social media? So are you one of those people that posts every detail about their life, or are you very vague? Do you even post at all? Maybe you don't even use social media. So just answer that question. What do you feel is unacceptable to post about? So, is there something where you've seen somebody post about something on social media and you just thought, oh, that's a little too personal. So if there's anything that comes up on your mind about that, please share. And how can you protect yourself while using social media? So is there anything that you do to make sure that you're staying safe while you're using it? So you can answer that question in this little box, and then once you're finished answering these 4 questions, you can just hit post. And if you want to check out what others said that might inspire you to answer the question, but I'd really like it to come from you, and whatever your perspective is on all this, I'd like to hear from every student. So that's basically what you missed in my class yesterday and on Wednesday's class as well. So that's how you access that. If you do have any questions, I can follow up with you on Monday. and we can discuss it then. All right. Thanks, and have a great weekend, Danielle.